ABC, it is Old Metal Rocker 65 here with the weekly 6-pack number 6. This week, all cassettes. So, periodically I will throw those in, but predominantly will be vinyl and CDs. Like I say, with occasional cassettes thrown in there. And so, without further ado, let's get to her here, playing in the background. I remember when I first picked this cassette up, I was, let's see here, I believe I was living in Moorhead, Minnesota at the time, back in the 90s. And I was getting sober at the time, and I went into a share house or a halfway house, and it was more or less an apartment complex made for people trying to get sober. And I spent 15 months there, and during my time there, I didn't make a lot of money. We really couldn't work, and I did have just a boombox cassette player. So whenever I had some money, I went to the cassette place downtown and picked up a cassette, and this is probably one of the first ones I ever picked. And like I say, it's playing in the background. DAD, Risking It All. This is my favorite of all the DAD albums. This one and No Fuel Left for the Pilgrims is a good one too. But this one here, I mean, it's solid all the way through. No filler whatsoever. But yeah, great stuff here. And I also, the local radio station at the time was Q98, was a rock station, and they played a lot of that's where I actually heard DAD, was on the local radio station. Along with this band, I think these guys are out of Tennessee, and I don't even know if this is out on vinyl or not. I guess I really don't know because I really haven't searched for it. I know it's out on CD. It might be out on vinyl now, but I'm not positive. Maybe somebody else out there can help me, and I'm talking about Roxy Blue and Want Some. Just some killer hard rock, melodic hard rock. Too Hot to Handle was the hit off of this. And but yeah, I played this a lot. But still the original one. But anyway, Roxy Blue. Want some? Up next, we are going to go into the future a little bit here. I'm going to say, what was it, 2000s? I don't know. Yeah. 2015 to be exact. And I was really into this band. In fact, I have a splatter pack from the band up there. Let me grab that, I'll show you it. So I have this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. It's kind of beat up. It's inside another baggie here, so it doesn't get worse, because the outer one is torn. There's only 25 of these anyway, and that's Prowler. So anyway, I got all their CDs, and I picked up this cassette as well, Prowler from the Shadows from 2015. Patrick Best, of course, he is now in another band called Ritual Servant, more Christian orientated, where this is more horror incorporated. It's about, all the songs are about horror movies, or creatures in the movies, just, if you think of horror, Prowler does it. This one here is a band out of Minneapolis back, let's see, when did this one come out? It's actually put out by Nightmare Records, so when you hear of Nightmare Records, you might know that it's Lance King's label, of course, and he was in the band Gemini. And this one here, Out for Blood. This one came out, let's see, I don't know if it'll be on here or not. $1992 is when this came out, but the self-titled one is the one you want. It's the hardest one to find, but this one is equally as hard to get. And yeah, I don't even know if Shadow Kingdom, or not Shadow Kingdoms, but Nightmare Records is still around or not. They might be. I used to buy there all the time. You know, you go through those metal phases where that label was more progressive, melodic rock, hard rock, and but I don't even know if you can find these anymore. But anyway, Gemini, Out for Blood, Minnesota band. This one here is rare. I wish I would have gotten a cassette from their new release. There are only 50 of these that were actually put out there in Judas Priest Firepower. I pre-ordered this when it was first coming out, and this thing I think nowadays goes for well over $100. You know, inflation, but never been opened. But great, great album, great release. So, and we got one left here. This one came out, I believe, '92, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see here, yeah, '92. So it was right around the same time. I was just getting out of treatment and moving on to a better job and stuff. But anyway, Great White always made feel good on days that I needed to hear some, and this is Psycho City. Great release here. I love this one. Of course, it has Psycho City, Step on You, Old Rose Motel, Maybe Someday, Big Goodbye on side 1, and then on 2 we got Dr. Me, I Want You, Never Trust a Pretty Face, Love is a Lie, and Get On Home on Capitol Records. But anyway, I figured I'd change it up a little bit with some cassettes, and if you got any comments, leave them below. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll get informed of new videos coming up. And like I say, leave comments, hit the like button. And anyway, as always, keep it loud, keep it heavy, keep it metal. We'll see you next time on The Week